Welcome to 2K Sports. We have the NBA coming up. Great to have you with us. Joined by Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan. And the starting lineup for the Pelicans. Holiday and Ingram out on the perimeter. Zion is the 4 with Favors at the 5. And it's Ball in at the 1 spot. And for the Rockets, Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Robert Covington out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's House in at the 3 slot. So the Pelicans win the tip. Now, here's Ball. Ingram outside. Oh, good with the triple.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall. And Ingram just made a great all-around progress last season. But the one thing that really stood out, the improvement he made from the free throw line.
It was a big leap and an important one. Reason why? Because he was his team's guy that they depended on at the end of games. And we saw him close out a number of those games at the charity stripe.
And so the Houston Rockets get the first points of the ball game. Favors looking over the floor. And he banks in the layup.
Favors is a huge guy that absorbs contact. A true master at getting his shots off in the midst of really intense defense.
Now, here is Harden. The pass to Tucker. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
And it's almost unfair for a 6'9" guy like Ingram to handle the rock like that. Just superb at maneuvering through the deep.
Now here's Westbrook.
Yeah, good job to take it right at them.
Houston shooting their first free throws of the game.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line. About 79% of their free throws.
And Russell Westbrook drops them both.
Hard to believe that Westbrook is in his 30s. Elite burst. He's still one of the more feared players for opponents.
Outside Favors. Kicks it to Holiday. Outside Ball. Pass to Ingram. Shot clock at 6. It's rebounded by Houston.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Rejected by Ingram. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And there's a minute 45 left to play in the first. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. How about that strong defensive performance for this half's Mobile One block?
And early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way, establishing the attitude you want.
And so it's Houston with it. For Houston, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Here's Harden. The shot's good.
Superb at finishing through contact. Harden is just so elusive and creative on those strong drives.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans.
Let's see if Coach can get them back on the right track.
Because right now it feels like the pace is being dictated to them. They need to go back to playing their brand of basketball.
A platoon swap here for New Orleans. And it's the Pelicans with the ball. 6-point game. Passes it to Nelly. Jackson against Westbrook. Lets it go from the wing. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Here's Tucker. Kicks it out to Harden. Pass to House. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Covington passes to Harden. Sinks the three-pointer. Harden's got 7.
Oh, great ball movement there.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Jackson down low. He's covered by Westbrook. Jackson gets the bucket. 32 seconds left to play here in the first. Westbrook drives in. Oh, and the jam by Westbrook.
Athletic finish off an explosive drive. We've seen this movie before, folks, starring Russell Westbrook.
Pelicans trail by 9. There's 18 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Harden against Redick. 6 on the shot clock. From deep three-point range, you can't get that one. And so it's the Houston Rockets in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. Back right after this. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Rockets, guys.
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
Rick, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much-needed asset.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So on the floor for Houston, Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. P.J. Tucker is out there with Robert Covington, and it's House in at the 3 spot. Hart the pass to Okafor. 1 up, 1 down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
So good at the rim. A slow defensive rotation leads to the easy lay.
And there's the pass to Harden. Harden draws the double, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jahlil Okafor. That is his first foul of the game. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Zion Williamson's checked in for Melly. Brandon Ingram comes in for Josh Hart. Drew Holiday's checked in for J.J. Redick. And it's Lonzo Ball in for Frank Jackson.
And arguably no one in the NBA draws more attention than Hart. Part of why he creates so many opportunities for others.
Now here's Okafor. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Westbrook drives in.
When you mix ball's length with this timing, the result is a quality defensive play.
Ingram deciding where to go with it. He kicks it to Okafor. Holiday against Harden. Harden with the defensive effort.
Both sides attacking. That was good defense versus good offense.
Covington against Ingram. Harden draws the double. Pass to House. Houston moving the ball around. Shot from the top of the key. There's the 3. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got 3 assists in the game. And so Holiday will bring it up for New Orleans. They trail by 14. .16 left in the first half of basketball. with the miss. The Rockets have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. Good work there as it goes. Westbrook's got 6.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Pelicans trail by 16. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
This is the shot you want right at the rim. He just couldn't deliver.
Harden scanning the floor. Over Williamson. It's the front of the rim and out.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yes, let's look on the bright side. You got a great look. It's a play that you might want to go back to again.
Harden outside. And the jam by Harden.
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
In the corner, it's Ingram. This one for 3. Drills it from outside. Ingram's got his second basket of the game.
Talented, driven. He puts constant pressure on your defense.
Here's Harden. Again, the Rockets score.
And Harden is a nightmare in the pick and roll. Just a clever combo guard who is completely unpredictable.
And so it's Houston riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
James, big first half for you. What was the most important thing that got you going?
Just trying to be aggressive, trying to get out early and give a little spark to my teammates. And they followed along. So, it's just a matter of us not turning the ball over and getting stops.
So far, so good. Thanks, James. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. James Harden led the way in the first half. He had 13 points, 3 assists, and 1 rebound. He's been a different player than he was their last outing when he was off this game. He's rounded back into form tonight. Kenny, what you think about the Rockets?
Yet again, we're seeing the offensive brilliance of James Harden, able to see openings developing before they actually happen. When you have that kind of anticipation, it makes you nearly undaunted.
Shaq, how do you think New Orleans played?
Well, it's not a huge surprise they're getting crushed. All you gotta do is look at rebounding numbers. They were outworked on the boards in the big play. They even have a hope of coming back.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back, Kevin Harlan. Go.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
On the floor for Alvin Gentry as we get into the second half. Ball and Holiday combined at the guard spots. Ingram the 3 and Zion the 4. And it's Favors in at the 5. Harden against Holiday. Here's Tucker. 6 points for him. No good on the shot. Excellent D there from Ball. Lets a floater go. And Covington sends it back. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him. Yeah, it's going to be Williamson shooting. They get Russell Westbrook.
And Williamson's parents, both college athletes themselves, were a guiding force in helping him grow his game.
When you're talking about growing his game, Greg, at an early age, Zion told his mom he wanted to be the #1 player in college basketball. As a 5-year-old, he played on an AAU team For 9-year-olds, by age 9, he was waking up for 5 a.m. workouts. That's the kind of commitment it takes to succeed, even that early.
And once Harden has momentum behind him, watch out. I love seeing the beard flush it down there with some power.
Here's ball, and Covington sends it back. And so it looks like the Pelicans will retain possession here. And now let's revisit that exceptional mobile one block.
Hey guys, that's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
Some changes for New Orleans. Jackson Hayes, he's checked in for Williamson. Josh Hart comes in for Brandon Ingram. And it's Jackson in for Ball. A little over a minute gone here in the second half. And the shot goes in.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Listen, put the ball in the hands of your best scorers and let them go to work. Keep it simple.
And the basket by Harden.
He's been a big factor in their offense tonight, making shot after shot.
Outside, Redick. Passes to Favors. Outside for Jackson. Offensive rebound. And Covington sends it back.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Harden, count that one. Harden's got 10 points here in the second half. Boy, can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Kev, some players do transcend eras. There's no doubt about that. Wilt's a great example, and there are many others. But in reality, to your point, the style and the way in which the game was played was so different that it isn't fair. I mean, all you can be is the best of your generation, or one of the best, and I think that should stand no matter what the conversation is.
Like, there's no doubt in your mind Oscar Robertson could play in this era as well as he played when he played.
No doubt. Bill Russell, all those guys are
Yes,
truly
yes.
great ones. So much of your ability to perform at a high level is built around your confidence and your belief in your abilities. And those guys had it as much as anybody who's ever played.
Nelly is checked in for New Orleans. Holiday comes in for Frank Jackson. Holiday against Westbrook. And Holiday, here we go, lays it up off the glass.
He's able to shift gears in an instant. Hard to stay in front of Holiday on the drive.
Westbrook against Holiday. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. Great opportunity for a three-point play. The Rockets shooting their 5th free throw of the game here. The free throw drops for Russell Westbrook. We've got 1:08 left in the third. And Hart has it in the corner. Pass to Melly. And there's the foul. Will go on P.J. Tucker. That's his first foul. New Orleans making some changes here. Zion Williamson comes in for Hayes. And it's Ingram in for J.J. Redick. Here's Williamson. He's got 5. Outside Holiday. Lobs it up there for Ingram. And slam dunk by Ingram.
Because of that length, Ingram can catch that pass no matter where you put it.
Here's Harden. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. Westbrook's got 3 assists now in this one.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Here's Holiday. Unable to get that one. Westbrook with the nice D there.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Riding the hot hand, and why not? If something's working, keep going to it.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Westbrook. Ball's checked in for the Pelicans. Checking in for the Pelicans. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Here's Melly, defended by Covington. To the inside, just 5 to shoot. Westbrook with the block. Here's Melly. And again, no good by New Orleans. No good on that one. James Harden getting it done for the Houston Rockets. A terrific quarter for him. And now he has a total of 27 points. Shouldn't take him long to get up over 30. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, you also have the location of the pass. Puts it right where it needs to be, where his man can do something with it.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Robert Covington out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's House in at the small forward spot. That's the 5 for Houston right now. And now Covington running the floor all by himself. Harden finds Westbrook. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. Ingram passes to Moore. Down low, Belly, a good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Belly's got the first basket as we get going in the 4th for the Pelicans. The pass to Harden. Harden draws the double. Houston moving the ball around. Basket good.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Pass to Melly. Pass to Ingram. That one goes in.
Brandon Ingram possesses grace and power. He mixes them together for a big finish.
Westbrook passes to Harden. Moore with the steal. Here's Alexander Walker, guarded by Harden. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Your son, Cole Gregg, was one of the top high school players in America. A lot of services had him number 1. Talk about what it was like going through the recruiting process as a dad.
You know, it was fun for the most part because he really kind of kept everything in perspective. And the teams we dealt with, the schools we dealt with, man, they were all top-notch. So that process, about as enjoyable as one could ask for. But at the same time, it's still stressful, man. That's still your little guy getting ready to head off to college.
Well, you're a dad and a proud one at that.
It's so fun to see Brandon Ingram evolve. He's a true student of the game, and each year he keeps improving.
The 19-foot shot, and he hits the jump shot. Harden's got 29 in the game.
Well, this is what you're trying to do, put the game away.
And he's doing it by getting to his spots and making big shots.
And slammed up by Ingram.
This is why Lonzo Ball was drafted number 2 overall. Elite vision and size.
Harden outside. Kicks it to House. Here's Harden on the wing. Covered by Reddick. Shoots. Just 5 on the clock. No good that time. Now New Orleans will take it the other way. Left side. Ball. The teardrop falls in. Ball's got his first bucket in this one.
You don't need to get all the way to the rim if you have the floater game. Ball showing the versatility.
Yep, that one goes.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
I'm impressed with their intensity tonight. They came in focused and they've executed.
Ball, the pass to Favors. Here's Hayes. He can't get that one to fall. Good D by Covington. Rockets leading by 21.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Rockets.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, but an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for James Harden.
He really played at his preferred pace, never let adjustments by the defense speed him up or slow him down.
Westbrook passes to Covington, and the rebound goes to the Pelicans.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there. And you gotta like that they found something positive here, something that maybe carryovers into the next game.
They put together some great possessions here at the end. It's a shame they could have used this run much earlier.
Good on the shot. Harden's got 33 points.
And you know they feel good giving their fans a show here while taking care of business.
They're going to win by a nice margin. The effort was there all night.
And it's easy to give up after a play like that, but this team needs to keep fighting.
It's just one trip down the court, but you have to have short memory in this league or you won't last long.
And they can just let the clock run out here.
Cannot argue with the W.
Harden up top. Steps back and shoots. Can't hit that one. Here's Alexander Walker. So we see Houston taking the W here. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, James. Congrats on the win. What's your team's mindset right now in terms of approach?
Our consistency and our attention to detail. You know, we're a young team, but we got to focus on the small things. Our hard work is going to be enough as well.
Great effort tonight, James. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking